Hello, everyone. Nicknamed the snow moon, the next full moon, which is on Saturday, February 24th at 7:30 a.m. EST and 12:04 GMT, the moon will still appear full the night before and after its peak to the casual stargazers. It's exactly 10 days after the Valentine's this year. This period marks the turning points, culminations, endings, or awakenings in one's life. Its energy will be felt over almost 3 to 4 days before and a week after. Although difficulties may be felt or experienced, yet this full moon opposite Mercury is an harbinger of a deep need to balance the mind, emotions, and heart. The Virgo full moon arrives on February 24th, 2024, and is the last full moon for the astrological year and also the last full moon before the eclipse season begins. This full moon of Virgo implies the peak of any situation as you become aware. You either feel satisfied and fulfilled or become aware of oppositions that need to be tackled in order to harness your own security. Now, the energy is very intense. Without any filters, you face your own truths of life, your circumstances. This is the apt time to declutter your life of all the energies that stand in your way or relationships that drain you. Make peace with your own inner core. Love yourself for whatever you are. You are priceless. Compromising your own belief system will not work. The Virgin, which is the purest form of divinity, represents the sign Virgo, symbolizing independence, inner strength, and wellness. Only if you are gracious to your physical and mental being can you be of service to others. We all are endowed with intuition that provides an abundance of wisdom through which we can awaken a personal power. So, for the next 10 days or so, two prior to the culmination of the full moon and a week after, we should endeavor to embrace and respect our inner core while listening to the quiet voice within. Through adhering and listening to our hearts, minds, bodies, and souls, we come to acknowledge our talents and potentials that we hold within. Beginning March, you will start to feel the potency of your own worth, your energies, which actually encourage you to give shape and carve your life in accordance to your desires. So be specific in what you desire and wish to become. The universal intelligence is providing the energies for you to clear and cleanse your mental and physical health. Listen to the voice of your heart, which prompts you to liberate yourself from circumstances that you intuitively feel are not worth your while or keep pulling you down. Now, the Virgo full moon encourages us to be masters of our own body and mind. Listen deeper and connect with your emotions. In fact, respect and love yourself. Mercury, the emissary planet, is circling around so strongly this full moon that it is also the natural ruler of Virgo. So its presence enlightens us with useful information, wisdom, and insights from both our inner and outer worlds. So write down your downloads and pay attention to whatever your heart prompts. The universe is also sending us signals in one form or the other. These signals are as a number sequence that we see over and over again. Sometimes we can hear a whisper in the quiet of our mind, and sometimes we can be met with a surprising challenge or sudden change of heart that changes our course of direction completely. Learn to decipher these signals that are repetitively coming in your way. Under this Virgo full moon, make it your business to listen and pay attention to the calls of the universe and listen to your physical and mental states of body. If you have questions that need answers or are seeking guidance, put your request out to the Mother Moon and then watch out for the signs and clues as to how you should proceed. Visualize how a child candidly asks the mother whatever troubles the mind. Similarly, be candid and seek solace or answers from the universe. Your own intuition will answer them. The Virgo full moon is laden with healing energies. It replenishes and nourishes your soul from within. Now, during this time, we need to be acutely aware of how we are dealing with our life. We no more should ignore the signals of our mind and body that they're sending you. It's time to step up and take action. The supportive vibrations of the Virgo full moon will amplify your efforts and act as a motivator. So use its energy to empower yourself, to change your diet, start a new workout plan, or finally seek the help of a healer or medical professional. Do not ignore the niggling problems. Do not ignore anything, as the discomfort will not get will not only get louder and louder, but also it could end up frustrating you. Keep in mind that a breakdown is always the harbinger to breakthrough. So face your situations boldly. The Virgo moon reminds us that everything in nature is not perfect, and it is because of these imperfections that the growth is possible. Usually, when we have a problem that is circumstantial, we are facing the reality of life. When we have a problem that is chronic, we are actually facing the reality of ourselves. We often think life's hardships and overcoming situations as a humongous task, but the truth is that it is almost always because of the years that we have spent accumulating, procrastinating our hurts, adaptations, and coping mechanisms which are conditioned from the childhood, all of which have compounded over time. So, your elevation in life can only happen when you can remove the blockages between you and the life you want to live. Confronting situations is the only way to your freedom and liberation. The last configuration of Chiron and True nodes triggered your deepest thoughts. The thoughts opened your convoluted state and your will strengthened to overcome the complexities of life. Your resilience carved the path that led to fulfilling your destiny. Now the universe is giving you yet another chance for those who didn't grab that opportunity. The universe is giving us another chance to improvise before we enter the new astrological year. Your old self can no longer sustain the life you're trying to lead. So it's time for reinvention and rebirth. You must trust your vision and be willing to think in a way you have never ever tried before. Be a hero of your life that is going to liberate you from old habits and attitude. Most of us lose out because we shy away from attempting the change. The universe is urging us to be agile, flexible, and resilient to not only understand ourselves, but to utilize the inner energies to make the changes we so desire. Once we overcome the mountain of our own self defeating habits, we become the masters of our own life, and that is liberating. Saturn is also active under this full moon, and even though its presence can be heavy at times, it will help us to set our boundaries, especially when it comes to our wellness, our relationships, and even in our professionals or professional career. This planet reminds us to be firm and disciplined with ourselves and also builds the confidence to stand up and seek help if need be. Use the strength of Saturn to assert yourself and honor any boundaries. Learning the art of saying no when needed will ease many a situation for you. Confrontations can be scary. Just remember that the prevailing energy is supporting your decisions, so build heart and the courage to drive on your own path. This will help you achieve greater wellness in your life. Overall, the Virgo full moon is a potent one that will help us to close the doors of the past. While there is a strong purge of energy spreading under this full moon, there are also strong supportive vibrations encouraging us to focus on our wellness and nourish our soul in the coming year. Now, full moons basically, we all know, are a time for releasing and relinquishing. If you have an excess in your life, this is the time for it to go down the drain through silent meditation, exchanging of thoughts, or spiritual practice. So, under the energies of the full moon, we can release and let go easily. The full moon in Virgo on February 24th is an astrological prompt to reminisce about how much you have evolved as a person. Allow the moon phases to guide you every month. Set and review your intentions. Your horoscope is a guide for self reflection. Utilize this universal intelligence to change the circumstances in your life which hold you back in reaching your fullest potentials. This astrological transit awakens you as the moon impacts your inner drives and motivations. And it opposes the planets Mercury, which represents your intelligence and communication, and Saturn, which represents restriction. Since we are basking under the energies of the Piscean sign, our inner reflections are undergoing a metamorphosis. The sign of Pisces represents the pool of ancestral wisdom that guides and influences our choices. With the full moon forming a conjunction with wide Lilith, you are being called to brave the forbidden. In fact, you need to take the courage and risk something new. Life is a collection of choices. Mistakes are inevitable, and choices have to be made for your own growth. So, by learning from your own mistakes, be willing to make your choices without letting others control your thoughts. And this is the only way to be happy and feel a sense of fulfillment. Stay tuned, as in my next video, I guide you through the impact that this full moon of Virgo will have on all zodiacs. Always stay blessed.